Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Monument and today we'll have a look at Microsoft. Microsoft overtakes Apple to become the world's most valuable company. This is huge news. Market cap surpasses Apple's market cap on Friday to become the world's most valuable public company. The change follows Apple's Thursday earning, where the company posted strong results but revealed that it lost $6 billion to supply chain constraints. On Tuesday, Microsoft also shared positive earnings boosted by Office, Windows, and its cloud products. At Friday's market close, Microsoft market cap was $2.49 trillion, while Apple's were about $2.46 trillion, according to CNBC. This isn't the first time Microsoft has passed Apple. The Windows maker surpasses Apple's market cap in 2018 for the first time since 2010. And once again in July 2020, Alphabet has also taken the crown from Apple, surpassing Apple's market cap in 2016. But Apple has been a leader in the market for some time, being the first US company to hit $1 trillion market cap in 2018, and it's just 2 years later, becoming the first US company to hit a $2 trillion market cap. The iPhone is still a massively successful product, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that Apple retakes the title of the world's most valuable company sometime soon. So let's take a look at how Apple lost $6 billion to chip shortages and manufacturing delays in Q4 of 2021. So this article was actually published on the 28th of October. So by the time you're watching this video, some of this information might actually be old information. Apple posted strong earnings for its fourth fiscal 2021 quarter, reporting all-time highs for its services and Mac divisions. The company says it took in a revenue of $83 billion, a year-over-year increase of 29%, and earnings per share of $1.24. That earning number came in below Wall Street expectations of $84.8 billion. And the CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, told CNBC that supply chain constraints had a clear impact on the financial results this year. And I quote, "We had a strong performance despite larger than expected supply constraints, which we estimate will be around $6 billion. Contributing to the supply issue to the industry-wide chip shortages that have been talked about a lot and COVID-related manufacturing disruption in Southeast Asia. Apple expects an even greater loss from supply chain issues in December quarter." It said during Thursday earnings call, the company is fresh off the launch of several new products including the iPhone 13, 13 Pro, and the iPad mini. This includes the Apple Watch Series 7, third generation AirPods, and most recently, the eagerly anticipated MacBook Pro powered by Apple Silicon, brand new MacBooks to the market. The latest iPhones weren't released until late in the quarter, but the iPhone business as a whole continued to show strong momentum and was up 47% over a year ago. The iPad was also up 21% over the year ago quarter. So overall, this sounds more like a temporary issue for Apple, especially given the fact that Apple is now building their own silicon chips. Apple is starting to cut out the middlemen. Apple is starting to avoid hiring other people to build parts of their phones and computer and technology in all aspects. And what they're doing is actually really smart. They're becoming more self-efficient, which means that this gives them even more power over the entire market if they don't have to rely on anyone else. It's actually genius. And on the other hand, you got Microsoft Office, Windows, and Cloud Boost Q1 2022 earnings. This is earning predictions for next year, early next year, first 3 months. But this news was published on the 26th of October, so some of the information might actually be old news. Microsoft posted its first quarter of the 2022 financial results today, reporting revenues of $45.3 billion and a net income of $20.5 billion. Revenue is up 22%, and the net income is increased by 48%. Microsoft has seen strong revenue performance in its cloud, server, and Office business this quarter. I think there might have been a mistake in this article, quoting that the earnings were for 2022 because we're not in 2022 yet, and these don't seem like predictions. These seems like It seems that these were written information for this year, not early next year. Microsoft also launched Windows 11 earlier this month, but in the months ahead of the new version of Windows, PC sales have started to decline in the US due to supply issues. And let's not forget that the huge delay with the game and console side of business for Xbox and for PlayStation. It's nearly a year since Microsoft Xbox Series X and S console have been on the market, and they've been continually growing a hardware revenue for Xbox in the recent months. Hardware revenue is up again this quarter by 166%, thanks to the continued demand for Xbox Series X and Series S consoles. Microsoft overall gaming revenue is also up by 16%, nearly $3.6 billion for the quarter and a record Q1 for Xbox. But Xbox content and services revenue has also increased by 2%. Starting on Monday, October the 25th, Microsoft shares were $306. At the end of this week on Friday, October 29th, the shares closed the market at $331. That is an increase over $25. That's quite extraordinary, and that's really good to see. And what's more extraordinary is at the start of October, the 4th of October, Microsoft shares were $280 per share. And it's pretty much been unstoppable, just a really steady, strong growth and a huge market lead because it's now the world's most valuable company. And if we go back to a year ago, Microsoft shares price were $212. Now going back exactly 1 year ago, Microsoft shares were $202. A year later, they've increased their shares price by over $128. But honestly, it's really remarkable when you look at Microsoft as a company in the last 5 years. 5 years ago, 2016, Microsoft shares prices were $60 per share. Compared to right now, $331, that's incredible. Allow me to explain to you one thing. If Microsoft continues this strength, this growth, which will be incredible, they will be worth close to $5 trillion. Can you believe that? $5 trillion in the next 5 years if they can continue this growth. There's no guarantees that they will continue this growth, but what if they do? Microsoft shares $331 right now. That's where it closed the market on Friday. And it was more valuable than Apple at $2.49 trillion. That's almost $2.5 trillion. Double that number in 5 years and you've got almost $5 trillion. And the Microsoft shares will be roughly around $633 in 5 years if they can continue this growth. So that's a really big question, is where do we go from here with Microsoft? Obviously, continuing this growth is almost impossible for any company because they've just been on an absolute monstrous growth in the last 5 years. And I don't think that they will double their value in 5 years. But I definitely think they can increase their value. But I definitely think they will increase their value by around 50 to 60%. But one of the biggest things that Microsoft lacks is new companies and new innovation. Here's something important to understand. Apple's AirPod business alone was making more than Adobe, Uber, Nvidia, AMD, Spotify, Square, Twitter, Shopify, and Snapchat. And Apple was making almost the same as Netflix last year from its AirPod business alone. Needs a stronger ecosystem of users, a stronger family of users. Something that Apple has really well is that whenever you buy an iPhone, you will most likely buy everything else that Apple's sold. Apple also has streaming services. They've got a lot of different businesses. Apple can supply you with something that you need in your life. This is what Microsoft needs to do to continue this growth. For the next 5 years, I hope that Microsoft will follow this trajectory. This pattern that Apple has set a trend to. It's absolutely genius. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.